Hello, viewers. Hope you all are well and fine. In my last video, we discussed the introductory part of IPR, that is, what is IPR, why it is important, its kinds, etc. And for today, the question is, what is the origin of intellectual property rights? How and when it came into an existence? The reason behind its development, or basically, we will discuss the universality of IPR. So, let's start with the discussion. The term intellectual property is a generic term that probably came into regular use during the 20th century. As you can see in the slide, the protection of intellectual property at an international level can roughly be divided into the three periods. The first is the territorial period, the second is the international period, and the third is the global period. The first period, which is the territorial period, is essentially characterized by an absence of international protection. The second is the international period, which begins in Europe towards the end of 19th century, with some countries agreeing to the formation of the Paris Convention for the protection of industrial property in the year of 1883, and which we known as the Paris Convention, and a similar group agreed to the Berne Convention, which was for the protection of literary and artistic work in the year of 1886, which famously known as the Berne Convention. Next, the third period is the global period, has its origin in the linkage that the United States of America made between the trade and intellectual property, and this was in the time of 1980s. A linkage which emerged at a multilateral level in the form of the Agreement on Trade-related Aspects of Intellectual Property Rights in the year of 1994, which we know as the TRIPS Agreement. The dates of the various conventions do not represent a sharp epochal divide. They do mark a significant change in the evolutionary direction of intellectual property protection. So the next is the Paris Convention and the Berne Convention assured in the multilateral era of international cooperation in intellectual property. The 20th century saw the proliferation of international intellectual property regimes. For example of areas that became the subject of international agreements, and they include trademark, that is the Madrid Agreement marks 1891 and the Madrid Agreement Indication of Source of 1891. Designs, that is the Hague Agreement of the year 1925. Performance, that is the Rome Convention of 1961. Plant Varieties, International Convention for the Protection of New Varieties of Plants Act of 1961 and 1991. Next is the patent, that is the Patent Cooperation Treaty of the year 1970. Semiconductor chips, Treaty on Intellectual Property in respect of integrated circuits in the year of 1989. The Paris and Berne Conventions also underwent numerous revisions, or we can say there were lots of amendments took place. Treaty making in intellectual property was accompanied by the rise of international organizational forms. The Paris and the Berne Conventions saw the creation of international bureaus, as you can say the Secretariat, which was merged in the year 1893 to form the United International Bureau for the Protection of Intellectual Property, which is famously known by the French acronym of BIRP. And yes, this BIRP was superseded by a new organization which we know as WIPO, World Intellectual Property Organization, which was established by a treaty in the year of 1967. WIPO became a specialized agency of the United Nations in the year of 1974. Despite the fact that WIPO in 1992 administered 24 multilateral treaties, it presided over an intellectual property world of enormous rule diversity. By the year 1992, the organization also sensed, perhaps more strongly than anyone, the sea change that was about to take place in the regulation of intellectual property. The GATT, that is the General Agreement on Tariffs and Trade across the road from WIPO in Geneva was about to see to that. WIPO is stood as a trade rails forced by the world of intellectual property into the global era. When we talk about the copyright, that is especially in copyright, which led by India, developing countries succeeded in obtaining the adoption of Stockholm Protocol of 1967. And the aim of this protocol, that is the Stockholm Protocol, was to give greater access to copyright materials to developing countries. The international period was a world in which a lot of free riding was tolerated, and the only enforcement mechanism were appeals to the International Court of Justice. In the year of 1986, the meeting which launched the Uruguay round of trade talks, intellectual property was included as a negotiating issue. The USA had the support of Europe, also the support of Canada, even of Japan for the inclusion of intellectual property in the round, but it was basically a US initiative. It was the USA, more specifically the US business community, which had made all the running on the matter of intellectual property. In April 1994, this Uruguay round concluded in Marrakech with the signing of the final act embodying the results of the Uruguay round of multilateral trade negotiation. And under this final act, more than 100 countries signed. It contained a number of agreements, including the TRIPS Agreement, the World Trade Organization, establishment, etc. The TRIPS Agreement was made binding on all the members of the WTO. There was no way for a state that wished to become or remain a member of multilateral trading regime to sidestep the TRIPS Agreement. So this is all about how the IPR evolved in all over the world. And now the next is the development of IPR in India. Statutes specifically protected only a specific type of intellectual output. Till very recently, only four forms were protected. The protection was in the form of grant of design, patent, trademark, and copyright. And in India, copyright was regulated under the Act of Copyright Act of 1957, trademark protected under the Trade and Merchandise Act 1968, patent protected under the Patents Act 1970, and the design under the Design Act of 1911. Next is the laws related to IPR, which regulated in India. The establishment of WTO and India also being signatory to the agreement on the trade-related aspects of intellectual property rights, that is the TRIPS agreement. Many new legislation were passed for the protection of intellectual property rights to meet the obligations internationally. And these included the following, that is, Designs Act of 1911, which later changed by the Design Act of 2000. Trademark, called the Trademark Act of the year 1999. The Copyright Act 1957 was revised number of times, and the latest which we have is the Copyright Amendment Act of 2012. And the recent amendment made to the Patents Act of 1970 in the year of 2005. Other than this, varieties and geographical indications were also enacted in new legislation. These are called the Geographical Indication of Goods Registration and Protection Act 1999 and for the Protection of Plant Varieties and Pharmaceuticals Act 2001 respectively. So this is all about through which laws IPR regulated in India and how these laws were developed. So that's all for today. Please do like, share and subscribe. Thank you. Bye-bye.